Hello, it's me again. Aren't you happy to see me? I'm not happy to see me. This week, we're back. I've got nought to say, but here we are. We have to stick with a routine, and this is the routine, and we're sticking with it. Just a little disclaimer. Last week, I mentioned that I had two men in my house. It was hell. It was horror. It was disgusting. I now have a woman. There is a woman who has replaced the other man. Why? Feminism. Equality. Because what's two men? Not good. One woman, one man? Better. Two gay men? Extremely fantastic. Anyway, this is... Oh, second disclaimer. I didn't actually hate the men that were here. I just hate men in general. I think they're just disgusting, absolutely terrible creatures. I think they all need to be... gassed, drowned, burnt, just killed. I think we should take their sperm, keep it in a hob, and then just like recreate ourselves. You know what I mean? But those men could stay. They were fine. I didn't mind those men. They were okay. So let's not be mean to them for now. Anyway, let's get on with the pissing show, shall we? You are listening to In Ayame We Trust. It's my podcast. I'm Ayame, and apparently you trust me. Don't know why. You can listen to this podcast on Apple and Spotify, and if you want to watch it visually, which you're doing now, if you're watching me now, you can do so on YouTube. Yeah, Ayame.P. In Ayame We Trust is the podcast, and I think we should just get on with the show. I want to tell you about the date I went on. I went on a date. He was a black man. I know I said I was in my white man era. I know I've said that previously. I know I said I'm into white men these days. But, you know, at the same time, I'll do anything that comes my way as long as it's over 6 foot. Do you know what I mean? I'll do anything that's nice. Nice men. No terrible men. No men. Anyway, this guy, now, would I say he was attractive? Yes. Yes, let's speak plainly now. He is attractive. He is my usual go-to, I'd say. I hope he's not listening to this pod, but potentially. And he's also something of a loser. And I mean that with respect, in that, you know, when you meet a man and they're like really mysterious and really cool and really like, yeah, he's not like that. He has no mystery. There is no mystery to be solved when it comes to him. It's pretty much there. And that's not usually my go-to, but at the same time, he's really lovely. So I gave him a chance to take me on a date. Shouldn't have. That was a regretful moment because this date was on Sunday. Sunday just gone. And he decided to surprise me. He said, "Do you eat meat?" I said, "Oh, slow down. This is the first date." But yes, I do. No, I didn't eat his meat. Okay, I didn't do anything with him. Okay, let's keep it PG. Okay, there's children here. The iPad kid is in the corner still. Anyway, he said, "Do you eat meat?" And I said yes. So he said, "Okay, I've got a surprise for you." The surprise was shit. He took me to a restaurant that was out of London. I live in London. I live in West London. He took me to a restaurant outside of London. By outside of London, I mean about a 40-minute drive from London. We went on the motorway. I could see trees and fields. That's how far out of London we went. I wondered to myself why. This must be and as we're driving, I said, what are you taking me somewhere? Are you taking me somewhere? This seems like a Netflix documentary about to just really be replayed, because where are we going? Why are we on the motorway, and why have we been for 40 minutes? He said, I saw something on, socials. Stupid idiot. Anyway, we ended up going to a steak restaurant outside of London, as though there are no steak restaurants in London. As though London is just, there's not an abundance of steak within the city of London, which is only 20 minutes. Anyway, went to a steak restaurant. It was obviously 40 minutes outside of London on a Sunday. So who else was there? No one. No one was there. No one was at the steak restaurant. We sat in said restaurant and flirted, I guess. Stop. We flirted, but with an audience of all the staff, because, as I say, we were the only ones there. Will I see him again? You'll never see me again. No. Why? Because how dare you? How dare you? Sam, what's your... What are your views on that? I don't give a fuck. Anyway. No, go on.
In the drive, how was the drive there? Because you said that it was a pretty long drive, right?
Yeah.
It's the first time meeting him.
Yeah.
So then, what did you guys talk about for the first like 40 minutes?
A load of shite, a load of rubbish, because we had 40 minutes to walk around. I mean, to drive. Nothing of importance.
So was it just like small
mainly
talk?
worried. Say again, small talk. Yeah, I was just worried about my safety. Thanks for your input. We'll never do that again. Anyway, that was my date with a gentleman. I won't tell you who it was. Some of you may know him. You don't. You might. No comment. He may influence some, not me. He doesn't influence me. I don't find him in any way influential. But he's pretty. Anyway. And that's it, really. That's all I have to say about the date. Who? No, he's got a girlfriend. Yeah, sorry. Hope the mics didn't pick that up with your heavy breath. No, one of the influencers that we were talking about has a girlfriend, and I don't go there if you already have a girlfriend. Disgusting. Get away from me. I already hate you. Anyway, that was it. That was the date. I don't know much else to say about that. If you're going on a first date, here's my tips actually for going on a first date. Let me give you some tips about if you're going on a first date, because I love a first date. Some people find it really nerve-wracking. I do not. Why? Because it's a time for you to really be sexy and intimidate a man. Who wouldn't love that? That's my type of night. Tips for going on a first date. Make sure you are wearing your best outfit, not for them, for you. Because when you feel your most, do you know what I mean? Then you're able to just absolutely crush any soul in front of you. And it's a great feeling. So make sure you're looking your best and feeling your best. I personally hate an activity when it comes to dates. I think they're childish. I don't want to go golfing. I don't want to go golfing. I don't want to go bowling. I don't want to do physical activity on a date. Why? I want to sit in front of someone at a dinner and look them in their eyes, right in their soul, and know whether they're worth my time. Also, why are you nervous?
Do you order food and then eat like a lot of food, or do you do that thing where you kind of like nitpick so you don't look like a mess?
Why would I look like a mess for being hungry?
No, like girls won't order like burgers, so then they don't.
I mean, I personally wouldn't order a burger just because it would ruin my makeup. Because if you're doing a burger, like, it would ruin my lipstick moment. But if you want to order a burger and you haven't got big lipstick on, then order a burger. I found in my old age, men like to watch women eat. I think it's a predator thing. I think they like women as prey, which is sad. Anyway, so yeah, don't be afraid to eat if you're going out to eat. And if they're boring, let them know they're boring. I think it's really important for you to tell men why they're flawed. Sorry, there's seagulls outside. Do you think that will pick that up? Great. Love a bit of seagull. Anyway, I think you should always tell men when they dress incorrectly. Because again, this man was wearing skinny jeans. By the way, that's another point. There's another point I want to mention. He wears skinny. I know it's disgusting. I think it's disgusting. Why in 2024 are we still wearing skinny jeans? We have access to fashion moments, to, really change our wardrobe. Not all of it is expensive. You can just ASOS it and get something basic. Why are you picking skinny jeans in 2024? It's disgusting. It's disgusting. He was wearing skinny jeans, and I told him, if you ever wish to see me ever again, burn them. Burn those jeans. Because how dare you? How dare you disrespect me like that? What else? Yeah, tell men when they're really boring, when they're not funny, when they're dressed poorly. I feel like men just don't grow up knowing their flaws, especially mummy's boys. They don't grow up being taught that they are actually incredibly flawed. So feel free to humble them. That's been this segment about my date. Now we're going to move on to a new section. Don't know what this section's called yet. Feel free to offer any suggestions. But we're going to talk about something that's happened within this week. I'm going to burp. No, I'm not. Wow. We're going to talk about something that's happened this week. And I'm going to give my 2 cents on it. whether it goes in the trash or whether I give it a bash. Anyway, let's go. Let's go. Hold on. That was powerful. Go on.
Okay, new segment 1. Last night, Baltimore Key Bridge collapses. A shipping container hit the bridge and the whole bridge collapsed completely.
This isn't fun.
2 people were rescued from the water and at least 7 are missing after the cargo ship crash.
Right.
If you watch the video, it's not funny, but
Yeah, no. Why are we talking about this? Sorry. I said to Sam, who was the iPad kid over in the corner, I said to him that this is a new segment I want to do. I want to talk about something that's happened in the media, pop culture, something fun. He's picked a bridge crash where 7 people are missing and 2 people, did you say, are dead or injured? Oh, they're rescued. They're rescued. That's fun to him. And we entrust the leadership of our countries to that sex. Yeah? Pick me something fun. What do you mean it doesn't make sense? It crashed into the bridge and then the bridge broke.
So, another university
I don't want to do this anymore.
Another university has launched a Taylor Swift course.
No. Sorry.
It is true.
No. It's true. In the Philippines. Why do they want to study Taylor Swift in the Philippines?
300 students have signed up.
Get away from me immediately. Get away from me. Get away from me. Get away from me. Get away from me. Now, here's the thing about Taylor Swift. Do you know what? I get so scared to talk about my views on Taylor Swift because I know she is, incredibly loved. I hope you understand what I've just said there. Because I'm not actually going to physically say anything, but I hope you're picking up what I'm saying here. Thank you. Next point.
So, a few artists have...
Now, Hassam, are you going to actually give me something of value?
Yeah.
Are you going to give me something of value here? Give me something like shock horror.
A few artists have been accused of queerbaiting.
Right.
Okay. So, for example, like Harry Styles,
Okay.
Cardi B.
Cardi B?
Apparently, because obviously she's in videos, she's like kissing girls and that kind of stuff. Billie Eilish and that kind of stuff. Nicki Minaj.
Billie Eilish?
Swear to God. And because she had the video where she was laying with like 1,000 girls and it was all like, yeah. And the queer community are saying that that's queerbaiting because we're not actually claiming to be bi, or we're not claiming, or they've teased it previously and that kind of stuff. And they think that that's they're doing it for profit.
All right. I mean, I feel like I remember Cardi B kissing women, making jokes about kissing women. Not jokes, sorry. Making lyrics about kissing women from like ages ago.
He kissed Meg Thee Stallion, I believe.
I'd love to kiss Megan Thee Stallion. But that's... None of your man comments. I don't want to hear it. Anyway, what do I feel about that? I am not incredibly queer, so I don't feel... That's like, sure, great. Harry Styles wears skirts and he paints his nails. I don't know if he's ever kissed a man. Didn't he kiss a man? He kissed a man someone time.
Jack Whitehall?
He kissed Jack Whitehall.
I think so.
Did he kiss Jack Whitehall? No, you didn't kiss Jack Whitehall. You're making this up. This is fake news. I mean, I feel like we should maybe ask them in interviews. Are you bi? Or are you just kissing women for fun? Is that just... Well, this has been a fun segment, terribly planned, with some really awful news that we've had to discuss. Shout out to all my lesbians this week. Lesbians unite! We ride at dawn. No. You're not a lesbian. You sure? No, I'm joking. Now we move on to the agonies, where you send me in... Well, you've sent me in because I've actually closed the submissions. You send me in what you were struggling with or what you're happy about. Hopefully they're good ones because last week we had some rubbish ones. And did you hear that burp? And Yes. I've just opened up my laptop and I have all my tabs open of all the people I date. So I've Googled UK black and then what they do for work. And I've opened them up in different tabs.
Just in case you meet them?
Just in case I meet them so I know their names and like how old they are. Because maximum I do is 35. Because if you're over 35 as a man, why does no one want to date you? Why does no one want to marry you? But that doesn't count for women because men are just garbage. And they don't recognize that women are great. I feel like this whole podcast is changing. Let me talk about it. They tried to change my mic today. Give me that mic right now. Let me. This is what they tried to do. Look, this is what they tried to do today. They brought this in. They brought this in for me to use, this little dildo. Look at them trying to change me. You invite a man into your home and he tries to change everything. Disgusting creatures. Burn them all. So, let's... I think I'm going to stick to doing random agonies. I think I'm going to stick to doing that because I like when they're random. Oh, yes, we had one that was biracial. And I'm biracial. Are you biracial? Oh my God, we got another bi-race. Oh my God. But you're not lesbian. So you've disappointed. Anyway, LGBTQ+. Anyway, but there are they, them. Okay, let's go. And they've put racial identity crisis, ? For fuck's sake, it's 2024. That was their title. Dear Ayame, my pronouns, are they, them. Hi, Ayame. Sorry. Don't know why they spelled like that. Anyway, I love it here. You're one of the first people I followed on TikTok years ago. Very happy to see you flourishing and thriving, period. Thank you. I like to add those bits. Now for the mess. I'm having a effing racial identity crisis. I've been having it low-key since I was a kid, but I grew up just vibing. Love that. I don't want to be a cry-racial. Fantastic. About it, but I figured you may be able to relate or bare minimum, understand. My dad's black. My mum's white. I grew up being called black, mulatto, from white women and even some of my black peers, and also very often I am mistaken or asked if I'm Latina or Puerto Rican. I feel like a Puerto Rican in this hair, or Dominican. I'm fair-skinned but can tan, maybe a shade and a half lighter than you. Sorry about that. I know that when I straighten my hair, I probably am white passing, but I don't feel like a white person. I've never wanted to distance myself from my blackness, and I've always called out my privilege. Oh my God, twin. In recent years, especially after fighting like hell for black liberation, which I will ultimately liberate everyone, but we should start with those most marginalised first. Wow, she does a lot of brackets. They do a lot of brackets, sorry. I felt like I really don't know how I should identify or how to carry myself in the world. And it's funny because I'm non-binary too. LMFAO, just in the middle of it all. I often find myself feeling really ashamed of what I look like and worry that I'm taking up too much space no matter where I am or where I go because of my privilege. Interesting. Even though I only really hang out with other black people, I often find myself feeling really ashamed of what I look like and worried that I'm taking up too much space no matter where I... Oh no, I've already said that. I've reread the same line again. I can't read. I don't really know if I should identify as black anymore because I've read too much discourse online and I know I don't have two black parents. But I also don't want to identify as biracial too loudly and make people think I'm trying to flaunt my light skin or any bullshit like that. You know, the type of folks who act like being mixed race is a gift from God. Weirdos for real. You do a lot of brackets. Just going to say that. I struggle with my spiritual practices as well because of this and really don't know how to feel or what to do. I also worry that I'll never look how I want to look sometimes because of how light I am. I know you're going to cuss me out and I probably need it, but I also have worked hard to be more gentle with this process of my life because I've been so mean to myself about it for so long. Am I silly? I think we both know the answer to that question. I think we both know the answer to that question. In fact, you're beating yourself up about the colour of your skin. Really? That's the narrative we're choosing today. Yeah? Am I silly? I just want to be a good person and feel connected to my people and culture as a black American, even though I have a white mom. I don't know, man. They write so colloquially. I don't want to be logic. No, I don't want to be like Logic, the rapper, but I feel this anguish inside. Not to be dramatic. Okay, sweetie, don't be like Logic. Anyway, they said, let me know if you think I'm a dunce. You are. Love you. Real bad, my Aquarius queen. Signed, a 25-year-old Scorpio. Biracial girl. Well, let's stop talking about you and talk about me. I am mixed race. In my, I'm going to say, last few years, I no longer really, other people can refer to me as black because the one drop rule, we all know it. But I don't necessarily refer to myself as black. I refer to myself as mixed race. Why? Because my experience in blackness is not what someone that is fully black would experience. And their experience, my experience, is also something they wouldn't experience. To me, they are different. Not to say I don't associate myself with blackness, because I 1000% do, but I don't call myself black. I'm half black. I have also struggled with the situation of being very light skinned. I have friends that are mixed race that are darker than me, that like there's no question of them being they're not white passing in any way. Anyway, there's no question about them being white passing because they are a lot darker than I am. And I struggled with that. And that's another reason why I don't claim blackness, because I'm very much aware that me walking into a space and a very clear black woman, or even darker light-skinned woman walking into a space, we will both be looked at very differently. I know that. I'm aware of that, and I'm aware of that privilege. But at the same time, I personally don't feel as though I'd be a good reference for this, because I completely understand how you feel, because I feel the same. Because there's also that argument about, is your mum white? Because there's the argument about if your dad is, if you come from a white mum, you're white. If you come from a black mum, you're black. How's it feel to be better than me? No. So that's another, I think there's such a, and it's all rooted in colorism and racism, like inherent racism that the white people taught us. It's really tough being mixed race, because on one hand, I've been colonized. On the other hand, I'm the colonizer. Do you know what I mean? On one hand, it is brown stew chicken, curry goat. On the other hand, it's shepherd's pie. And I love them both equally. It's really difficult. Anyway, I'm digressing. I don't know what to tell you. You are non-binary and you're also mixed race. What was that? That's who you are. I don't really know what to say other than that. That is literally who you are. You have to accept it. You are comfortable in black space. You should be comfortable in black spaces because you are half black and you have grown up with blackness. If your parents are very much, both parents are present. You should also, well, white people don't make us feel comfortable, but you should just feel comfortable with, I don't know what to tell you. It's tough being mixed race. It's tough being black. Pick your tough. Like, I actually don't know what to say. It's tough. And then you always get the questions of, so you're mixed race, but what do you consider yourself more? Do you consider yourself more white, or do you consider yourself more black? And that is why I just align myself with mixed race. I consider myself more mixed race. I am this and this. And because I speak I am articulate, and I speak in a specific way, I'm also less black. It's just a load of garb. It's a load of inherent, built-in, is it systemic or systematic racism? Systemic racism. And I won't adhere to it. You are half black, which means you can half twerk and you can also half cook some good food. But you should also know that you can also half... What do white people do? You can also half be a plumber. And you can also half drink Guinness or beer. I don't know what they have. Yay! I don't know where they have. Okay. I cut my lip earlier. It really hurts. Dear Ayame, when I read your site URL, it sometimes looks like everything gay Ayame, which works well because you're one of those women who becomes an icon to gay people. You're not a lesbian though. Thank you. Thank you. So really, I should say, dear gay Ayame, I'm going to coin that. I'm going to put that on a shirt. Gay! But only this once. Haha. Anyway, I've been really struggling to forgive myself for past regrets. I know I'm not a horrible person, that everyone makes bad choices and mistakes. I forgive other folks, or at least try to. So I know I need to offer myself the same grace. I'm going to burp. Wow! That was beautiful! I need to offer myself the same grace. Any insight on how to not live in guilt or shame and regret over past choices that no longer align with who you are? I've taken accountability to others and I've hurt already, sorry. So now I'm trying to focus on healing me. Much love, my queen. Have a great day. That was echo there. Well, you've just said that you take accountability. Like, why are you beating yourself up? Why? I feel like I'm not in a headspace to be answering agonies today because my agony answers are so garb to your issues. Long story short, stop it. You're going to be wasting so much of it. God, I keep internally burping. Can you hear it? I keep burping within my throat. You don't hear it? Slay. You are going to spend your life beating yourself up for mistakes that you've made that you've now learnt from. Now, if you made those mistakes and thought that you were completely right in doing them and didn't learn from them, then 1000% beat yourself up, but you wouldn't, because you wouldn't learn from them. Do you know what I mean? There is so much integrity and so much power in the fact that you have made the mistakes, you're aware of the mistakes, and you're aware that you should never make them again. So why don't you switch the way you are thinking about those mistakes and think, thank goodness I made those mistakes so that I was able to learn, instead of, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Why did I treat that person that way? Unless, of course, you cheated. Long story short, you have to make decisions and be very much rooted in the decisions, even if they are bad decisions, because otherwise there is no point spending the time afterwards, the time beforehand, worrying about them, because you're wasting time and you're not actually learning. So, you made the mistakes. You've learned from the mistakes. You have enough strength and power in your own self to learn from the mistakes. So, get over it. Next one. Well, my torsion dystonias, we're about to whisper. If you have torsion dystonia, please turn off the podcast now, because I will be whispering immediately. I don't know whether I've done this one. Oh, they've put their name on. And now I say previously, and I've said previously, don't put your name. It is anonymous. I won't read out your name. I don't need to know your name. Also, thank you. Okay. Dear Ayame, I'm so sorry. First of all, I love your stuff. You're the realist. Anyway, is it picking up? Oh, thank God. Anyway, I just got into a relationship about a month ago, and my boyfriend has some trouble with my guy best friend, Michael. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that name because it's anonymous. Let's pretend his name is Dave, not Michael. There's nothing between us, but I'm wondering if I should cut him off or say something. No idea. Love from New York City. Well, Jane. I was supposed to say her name. Her name's Jane. Her name's Jane. I wasn't supposed to say that. Their name's Jane and it's Michael. Jane and Michael. Oh, God. Oh, you've okay. And this is why you shouldn't say your name or where you're from, because I've just said Jane and Michael from New York City. And this is an anonymous podcast submission. Jane, I think your boyfriend needs to get a grip. Unless, okay, and here's the points in which he wouldn't need to get a grip. Have you previously slept with Michael? Have you previously had a romantic relationship with Michael? Your guy best friend? Have you previously had any kind of romantic interference with your guy best friend? Has your guy best friend ever tried to romantically speak to you? If they're all no, then your boyfriend needs to get a grip, because I'm sick of this idea that men and women can't be friends. It's really disgusting, because it actually puts into play this whole concept that women are only there for romantic and sexual pleasure. And you can't, yes it does. Yes it does. And both. When men say that, or women say, oh, my boyfriend can't have a girl best friend, you're basically agreeing to the idea that a man will only ever look at you as a woman as a sexual being, like sex. And it's disgusting. Unfortunately, we're friends. Do you have a penis? Yeah, he does. We're friends. Anyway.
It has to be like a barrier of,
No.
of like...
No. I don't know why you're even speaking of it. No.
Barrier
Obviously,
of boundary.
well, yes. If Michael is coming up to you and hugging you and be like, yeah, and kissing you.
No, as in the boundary is something that you have. So, for example, you and me have an incredible work and personal relationship. Great.
Okay.
Right? That's our barrier of boundary.
Right.
So we have that in common. Whereas
Right.
if I'm just your friend and there's no barrier of boundary, there's no reason, there's no particular reason as to why we're friends. We're just friends because we like each other. There's no barrier there to go over into romantic love. Right? Does that make sense?
No.
So me and Kat, we work together. Okay, she's great.
So you can only
She's
be friends with women you work together with?
No, but for example, like there has to be like I won't move to my friend's friend because they might. That's the barrier of boundary. Like it's just like, but if there's no barrier of boundary at all, if there's just like we just know each other and we're just two humans, and the only thing holding us as friends is that we're friends, you're telling me that one night can't just be like a little slip up and so some.
And this is example number 10,054. Why I despise men. You're terrible creatures. Not every male and female relationship, both parties are sexually attracted to each other. So this whole concept of, oh, what if they get really close and one night they're just drinking and they just kiss? In fact, most of the time, and I don't know about you other women, you've pissed me off. Most of the time, and I don't know about any other women with their male friends, the thought of any kind of, if I make a friend and he is a man, I hate men as it is, but if I make a friend and he is a man, I do not see him in any romantic light. It doesn't matter whether I'm drunk or sober, because that is not that I only like you as a friend. So, if your boyfriend has an issue with this man, Michael, Jane, if your boyfriend has an issue with Michael, your boyfriend needs to get a grip. Unless Michael is being inappropriate. Do you agree? I'm getting that mic away from you immediately. This is the last time you will have a mic. Oh, okay. This one's more of a confession. They've said actually it's a confession, so I just want to read it. Hey, babe. First of all, well, they've actually put first of English is my second language. So it's quite clear they're not good at English. But you know what? They can speak two languages. So why don't you shut up? Why don't you stop bullying them? They can speak two languages. How many can you speak? Barely one, you silly. First of all, English is my second language. Second of, it's not a question. It's a small, innocent confession. Innocent. That I just want to get off my chest. So, my mum and her boyfriend broke up, right? And you know my mum's moved into my... I love when they speak to me like we're like having a little natter. And you know, my mum's moved into my uncle's house in November just so he could sell the house and buy another one, right? Ow. My uncle has these... Ooh. Okay, God. I saw cute and uncle and it scared me. My uncle has these really cute, stunning, amazing... Wow. Adjectives. Stunning, amazing, lovely silverware. So, of course, as anyone else would, I took a fork. I took a fork. And we're moving into another house on... Saturday, so it's not like I don't have time to put it back. But there's no way in hell he's getting it back. He has more, and I can keep one fork. Thank you for reading this. Now, so you're a felon. At the same time, though, I do get it. But at the same time, I'd want more of that one fork. So why don't you just steal all of the forks? What does he need a fork for? He can eat with a spoon. I eat rice with a spoon. Anyway, not really sure what you want me to say to that. I don't think there's much I can say. What if your uncle comes to your new house and sees the fork in your drawer and then says, whoa, I have these forks. And you're like, crazy. Anyway, do you want some pie? You're going to have to do that. Long story short, don't ever waste my time again. All the best with the move. You went onto my website and you decided, oh God, what can I put? Oh, I'll tell her this cracking good story about when I stole my uncle's fork. Thank you for your time. And I'd say that's it. Unless I can do one more. No. There's none that are jumping out to me, I'll be honest. I will read this though. Oh no, I won't. It's a longer one. I double clicked, it was longer. But it was a really nice intro. They said that the Lord created me to be a light to those around me. I'm an atheist, but thank you. Thank you so much. Anyway, that's been this episode for this week. If you want to listen to it again, you can do so. Or you can listen to next week's, which will be next Thursday at 4 p.m. I'll see you again at 4 p.m. Thursday. And it will be at 4 p.m. on Thursday if my new producer decides to upload it on time. Won't it? Won't it, Hazam? Yes, it will, won't it? And this is why men are disgusting. They don't actually do what they're told to do. They don't behave. They don't follow instruction. They're useless. Thank God I have this. Is that my boyfriend? Who the hell are you? Someone's calling me. Debt collectors. Anyway, I've got to go. Have a great week. Love you.